now the diver has completed his work down into the sea. It is time for the diver to ascend to the sea level. But mistake is done by the diver. He ascended very rapidly. Because of rapid ascent, what will happen? But before explaining what will happen, we just take one example. We go to the restaurant and we order any soft drink. And the friends are around, the party time is around, and we open with the opener the bottle of the soft drink. And what happens is that immediately there is the explosion of the bubbles. What are these bubbles made of? These bubbles are nothing but the bubbles of carbon dioxide. But before opening the bottle, no bubbles were there. But now, why these bubbles are developed? Just because of the opening with the opener. The reason is that the carbon dioxide was compressed, and it was then made soluble into the liquid of that soft drink. The moment the knob is opened, the pressure is decreased and the CO2 it is evolved out in the form of hot bucket. This is what happens when the diver is ascending rapidly. What is the state in the body? The nitrogen is dissolved into what is called the adipose tissue. Nitrogen is dissolved into the various tissues of the body. More importantly, nitrogen is dissolved into the central nervous system, including the spinal cord, including the peripheral nerve. Now the diver is ascending rapidly. What it will cause? The pressure outside the body, it will go on decreasing. So the compression that was present deep into the sea, that will go off, and suddenly there is decrease in the atmospheric pressure, suddenly there is decrease in the compression, and the gas that was dissolved into the body, it will explode out and it will come in the form of what? Bubbles. Now these bubbles, they may enter into what is bubbles from these adipose tissues, they may enter into the blood vessel. Some bubbles may enter into a small blood vessel and they may cause blocking of the small blood vessel. Sometimes these small blood bubbles, they fuse and they form large bubble, and that large bubble then occlude the large artery and the catastrophe is then done. So because of this bubble formation, what happens to the body? Number one, there is severe pain into the leg, severe pain into the arms, and also severe pain into the joint. And this pain in the leg or the arms, it is known as veins. What it is known as? It is known as veins. Second, sometimes this is the blood vessel that is supplying the spinal cord and our brain. The nitrogen may come out from the spinal cord and enter into the blood vessel of the spinal cord and the brain. There may be blockage of this blood vessel. There may be decreased blood flow to the spinal cord and to the brain. The spinal cord, as we know, it contains ascending tracts as well as the descending tracts. Ascending tracts, they carry sensation, and descending tracts, they carry motor signals to the skeletal muscle. Because of that, the fibers of the ascending tracts, they are then disturbed, and that may lead to disturbance of the sensation. There may be the development of tingling and numbness into the body. And because of the involvement of the motor fiber, there may be the development of weakness of muscle, and that is known as the paralysis. So this weakness, that is paresthesia, and the weakness of muscle, paralysis, it is not permanent, it is just a temporary one. Now, the second thing that can happen is that the blood, so the air bubbles may lodge into the pulmonary vein, and because of the lodgement of the bubbles into the pulmonary vein, there is difficulty in the breathing, and that is known as chokes. What it is known as? It is then known as chokes. Now, If the diver is unfortunate, the bubbles may go into what is called the coronary artery, and that may cause development of myocardial infarction and death. Bubbles may go into the cerebral artery, that may cause large ischemia into the brain and may lead to development of what permanent paralysis. So this is what can happen when the diver is ascending rapidly. So all these events that are occurring, they are known as what is called the decompression sickness. What it is called? It is called decompression sickness. It is also known as dysbarism. That is, there is the problem in the body because of difference in the atmospheric pressure. So dysbarism is also known. It is also known as the bends. It is also known as the chokes, and it is also known as what is called the diver's palsy. That is, there is the development of what? Paralysis, and since it is occurring because of the decompression sickness, it is known as the diver's palsy. One more term is there for this decompression sickness, and it is the Caisson's disease. Now, what is this Caisson's disease? Or before that, what is this Caisson's? Now, deep into the sea, there is the heavy resources of minerals, heavy resources of petroleum products. So what is happening is that to explore these products, the workers, they work in this chamber, and these workers then they perform their duty, that is exploring the minerals and exploring the petroleum products. But water may come into their tent. In order to prevent the entry of water into the tent, the pressure in the tent is increased so that water doesn't enter into the tent. That means that these workers are working into the area which is high pressure area. The moment this Caisson is leak or disturbed, there is the development of what? Dysbarism, and there is the development of what? All the effects that we just enlisted, which may lead to what is called the decompression sickness. Since it can happen into the Caisson's, it is also known as Caisson's disease. Now, what is the treatment? Or what is the treatment? When the diver, it comes to the sea level, after first half an hour to further 6 to 7 hours, these first signs and symptoms of the decompression sickness start appearing. Once there is the signs and symptoms of the what is called the decompression sickness, immediately the patient must be put to the treatment. And what is the treatment? The person is put into the compression chamber, and in that compression chamber the person is put, and the pressure in the compression chamber is increased, which is equal to the pressure at the deep sea level. That is, it may be 5 atmosphere, it may be 6 atmosphere, etc., etc. So that because of increased pressure, all the gases, they will go again back to the nervous system, adipose tissue, etc., etc. And then slowly, with the help of the one tube, the air is then blown out. That is, atmospheric pressure is then decreased. Because of the slow movement of the air, the gas will come out into the small amount of gas will come out into the blood. It will get dissolved, and by the respiratory passageway, it will then go out. So, this is known as recompression and followed by decompression therapy. But it is better to prevent the development of what is called the decompression sickness. How decompression sickness is prevented? The thumb rule is slow ascent and the rest. Slow ascent and the rest. Because of slow ascent, gases will come out into the blood. The volume of gas is less, and during the rest, the gases will then dissolve into the blood and they will go out via the respiratory system. So this is how slow ascent and rest is how it is to be followed. Question is, sir, कितना slow? Answer is, if the diver has gone down the depth of 250 feet and is working there for 1 hour, his diver should ascend so slowly over the duration of what? 5 hours. So just for the work of 1 hour, diver should take care that his ascent should occur over the duration of what? 5 hours. Such is the slow ascent. US Navy, United States Navy has prepared a chart how to ascend at a particular date, for how long to stay. That chart is to be followed. Then and then the diver can prevent the development of decompression sickness. So thank you very much.